Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Daily Sentence Practice. Today, we practice one useful sentence for leaving home. This sentence helps you say that you checked something before you went out. The sentence is simple, practical, and easy to change. Here is today's sentence. I turned off the stove before I left. Listen again. I turned off the stove before I left. Now repeat after me. I turned off the stove before I left. Great. Say it slowly with me. I turned off the stove before I left. I turned off the stove before I left. Nice. Now say it at a natural speed. I turned off the stove before I left. This sentence means the stove is not on now. You made it stop before you went out. Maybe you are leaving your apartment. Maybe you are going to work. Maybe you are going to meet a friend. Before you leave, you check the stove. Then you say, I turned off the stove before I left. The words turned off mean you stopped the power, heat, light, or machine. You can turn off a stove. You can turn off the lights. You can turn off a computer. The part before I left means it happened first. First, I turned off the stove. Then, I left home. So the full meaning is easy. The stove was on, or maybe I checked it. I made it off. Then I went out. Repeat the full sentence again. I turned off the stove before I left. Now let's build the pattern. The pattern is subject, turned off, object, before I left. Today, we keep the subject the same. We keep I turned off the same. We keep before I left the same. We only change the object. The object is the thing you turned off. Say the first part. I turned off. Good. Now say the object. The stove. Now say the ending. Before I left. Put the parts together. I turned off the stove before I left. I turned off. I turned off. I turned off. I turned off. Great. Now repeat the ending 2 times. Before I left. Before I left. Before I left. Excellent. Your mouth knows the shape. I turned off something before I left. Let's change only the thing. Now change one word group. We will change the object after turned off. Change the object from the stove to the lights. I turned off the lights before I left. Change the object from the lights to the heater. I turned off the heater before I left. Change the object from the heater to the air conditioner. I turned off the air conditioner before I left. Change the object from the air conditioner to the computer. I turned off the computer before I left. Change the object from the air conditioner to the computer. I turned off the computer before I left. Change the object from the air conditioner to the computer. I turned off the computer before I left. Change the object from the air conditioner to the computer. I turned off the computer before I left. Change the object from the computer to the coffee maker. I turned off the coffee maker before I left. Change the object from the coffee maker to the oven. I turned off the oven before I left. Change the object from the oven to the TV. I turned off the TV before I left. Change the object from the TV to the fan. I turned off the fan before I left. Change the object from the fan back to the stove. I turned off the stove before I left. Nice control. The middle thing changes. The sentence shape stays the same. I turned off the stove before I left. I turned off the lights before I left. I turned off the computer before I left. It sounds natural, and it is useful in real life. Mini quiz time. I will say an object. You say the full sentence first. I turned off. Ready? The lights. I turned off the lights before I left. Good. Next prompt. The coffee maker. I turned off the coffee maker before I left. Nice. Next prompt. The fan. I turned off the fan before I left. Great. Last quiz prompt. The computer. I turned off the computer before I left. Excellent. You are building the sentence by yourself. Now repeat after me again. First, slow speed. I turned off the stove before I left. I turned off the lights before I left. I turned off the coffee maker before I left. Good. Now natural speed. I turned off the stove before I left. I turned off the lights before I left. I turned off the coffee maker before I left. Great. Now I will give you a blank. Say your own object in the blank. I turned off blank before I left. Nice. Let's do another one. I turned off blank before I left. Your turn. Imagine you are leaving home. I ask, did you check the stove? Answer with today's sentence. Your turn. Nice answer. Now imagine your roommate asks about the lights. Say the full sentence with the lights. Your turn. Good. Now, choose your own object. Maybe the fan, the computer, or the coffee maker. Say the sentence out loud. I turned off blank before I left. Very good. This is real speaking practice. You are not just reading words. You are changing one part and keeping the pattern strong. Write one sentence in the comments using today's pattern. I turned off. Then choose one thing at home. You can write, I turned off the lights before I left. Or write your own true sentence. Nice work today. You practiced a useful sentence for real life. Keep speaking. Keep it easy, and I will see you in the next practice. You did it. Big practice energy today. Bye for now.